Hey everyone, I am Rachel Parks and I am a sophomore at Clemson. I am from Cornelius, North Carolina, which is a little bit north of Charlotte. So I'm about 2.5 hours away from Clemson right now at home with my family. And during this quarantine time, really just been spending a lot of quality time with them, doing a lot of homework. But with all that free time, I've been able to do a lot of reading and just like fun reading that I don't normally get to do during the year because I'm so busy. So that's one kind of silver lining that's come out of this whole quarantine period is that I do get to spend a little bit more time to myself and do the things that I really do love to do. So today I thought I would maybe share a few of the books that I have been reading during this quarantine period and some recommendations that I have for some of y'all. So the first book is a book called Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. And it's actually a book that I had to read during high school in one of my classes, and I really liked it. And my brother is actually reading it right now because he's still in high school, and so I was like, oh, I'll read it again. We can talk about it and stuff like that. So it's actually about life after a pandemic, which is kind of fitting for today's day and age. But it's a really good book about like people and their lives after it and how their kind of relationships are and how they all are traveling around the United States in their little like tribes and stuff. It's more of a science fiction kind of book, so if you're into that at all, I really recommend this book. The second book that I just finished reading is called Big Little Lies. So there's actually a TV series that has been made based off of this book. And I watched that, and so I was like, oh, I love the TV series, I'll read the book. So I did, and I actually liked the book more than I liked the TV series, and so I really recommend that if you're into just kind of like more drama. It's about a bunch of families out in California, and the moms and the children and all the drama that they get into. It's very interesting, so I do recommend this one, so Big Little Lies. And then the last book, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Bill because he talked about how much he loved this book. And I had this book but never got around to reading it. So he kind of convinced me to read this book because he talked about how good it was and the plot twist at the end and everything like that. And he would talk about it when we would hang out. And I always was just like, oh, I really need to read this book, but I didn't have time. So now that I do have time, I was like, I have to read this book. So this is Where the Crawdads Sing. So I'm only about halfway done with it right now, but it is really, really good. And so I'm looking forward to getting to that plot twist that he talked about at the very end of the book. So this one's very good. I recommend it. It's about kind of like the Outer Banks of North Carolina in like the 50s, 60s, and a young girl who is fairly poor and kind of like living on the land by herself and interacting with people in her community. It is really, really good. Really recommend it, and I'm excited to see where this book ends up taking me. So I just wanted to end by saying I hope y'all are staying safe and having as great of a time during this quarantine as we all can. I really loved this experience, and hopefully we can all stay safe so in the fall when all the students are back in Clemson, we can continue these relationships that we've made during this semester. And yeah, so I just hope everybody's staying safe, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.